Hi everyone, it's Ray with Tarot Living. So today is Saturday and it's Tarot on the Go day, and we're going to actually just randomly pull a couple of cards and I'm going to tell you what I think they mean. So I'm going to, whoops, that's not what I meant to show you. I'm going to use the Anna K Tarot. This is the back of the Anna K Tarot, and it's one of my favorite decks. So probably in order of my faves would be the Commemorative Edition, Druidcraft, and then Anna K. So the Anna K Tarot is great because it does have a couple of depictions that are quite, or few, that are quite different than Rider-Waite, but yet it's still very Rider-Waite friendly, so it's a great deck. Alright, so I'm going to pick two cards and I'm going to randomly tell you what I think they mean. And these cards are going to be hopefully a message for somebody out there, who knows. So the cards I picked were the Five of Cups and the Temperance card. Oh, sorry, Five of Cups and the Ten of Cups. God, I can't even see. Five of Cups and Ten of Cups. So that's really interesting. So the first thing that you always do when you're looking at cards, when you pull two cards, three cards, it doesn't matter how many cards, the first thing you want to do is look for patterns. So of course we can see that the pattern, actually we can see two patterns in this one. So the first pattern that jumps out, I'm sure, at everybody, is that we have two cups. So we have a cup and a cup. So we know that we're dealing with the element of water. But the other thing, which a lot of people may not realize, is that the Five of Cups is actually Mars in Scorpio, astrologically, and the Ten of Cups is actually Mars in Pisces. So we have an underlying pattern here of Mars that we wouldn't have known or wouldn't have realized if we hadn't been looking at it astrologically. So let's take a look at what this means. So there's so many things I can say about this. First of all, think about in the minor arcana when we have Ace to 10, think about it as being a journey from the beginning to the end of the experience of that particular suit. So if we start with the Ace of Cups, you know, cups are always about, you know, emotion, really our innermost feelings, our inner desires, relationships, the way we connect to people. It's also about our intuition, our compassion, our ability to nurture, those kinds of things. So that's the realm that we're dealing with. So the Ace would be the beginning of a relationship, the beginning of needing to nurture myself. The 10 would be at the end, where we've seen completion, we've found completion in it. So the 5 sits right in the middle, and the 5 can be one of those pivotal positions where it's where change happens. It's where you tip over, where things get maybe out of balance, or 5 is, you know, it's an imbalanced number, and so it tips over and it causes us to be able to grow, or to have to grow, to have to change, to have to adjust what we're doing. So the 5 is kind of that pivotal tipping point. So what we see is a 5 and a 10, so it tells me that this person, if they pick these two cards, would be at that 5, kind of that pivotal point, and that they're going to reach the 10, but they've got some work to do before they get to the 10. So the 5 of Cups, let's talk about what that means. It's Mars in Scorpio. So Scorpio is a very passionate sign. They are very much into what is underneath the surface. So the emotions that they feel towards somebody, the emotions and passion they feel towards something or someone is very, very deep. It runs deep, shall we say. And so 5 of Cups is actually a card about the depth of that emotion and how difficult it is to let go of things, and how difficult it is to accept loss. And it is a card that can be about grief and loss and really acceptance. At the end of the day, I mean, if you're in the middle of a 5 of Cups energy, you're not going to feel the acceptance immediately, but at the end of the day, it's about learning how to accept whatever loss or whatever, you know, that it is that you no longer have in front of you. So there's typically 2 cups. This one's a little bit different in the depiction, but typically in Rider-Waite there's going to be 3 cups that are spilled and 2 cups that are still remaining. And so at the end of the day, we have to learn how to accept that something is gone and that we have lost something, and move forward. And so Mars in Scorpio is very much about that very passionate connection that we have to whatever it is that was there. Very, very passionate connection. And so it becomes very difficult to let go of that loss, let go of the things we no longer have, and move forward. And so that's what that card is about. It's the lesson of being able to let go. that we've merged and we've bonded and we have passion for something, and now it is no longer there. So this person, whoever pulls these cards, would be in the middle of really that pivotal point of trying to learn how to let go and learn how to accept that something is now gone. And the Ten of Cups is Mars in Pisces. And this card is a beautiful card, and it really shows us how we can go through the entire cycle of the cups and of the water, of all those things we were talking about, your emotions, your inner feelings, your relationships, your connections with others, and how we can get to the end of that cycle, the 10, and have learned and understand how to connect with others passionately and deeply, because again, it is Mars, but we do so in a very peaceful way, and usually in the Rider-Waite that's got like a rainbow, or it's got cups, I believe, over the rainbow. And it's really about making connection with other people, but making connection not just in a physical realm, but making connection in a spiritual way, because it's Pisces. Pisces is all about wanting union and merging with all. So 10 of Cups, I would probably say, is almost learning how to have universal love, learning how to have spiritual love for people. So this particular journey between the 5 and the 10 is really about journeying from being emotionally stuck or needing to let go of something, and feeling the completion of what you can experience in your heart chakra, what you can experience in your emotional center of connection with other people, and the love, universal love that we can have for other people. So it's kind of a journey of emotions and a journey of the inner world, if someone were to pull those two cards. So I hope that's been helpful in terms of seeing patterns, understanding cups maybe a little bit better. So I hope you're all having a great day. Take care.